Wilson spoke to UTEP faculty and staff at the Fox Fine Arts Recital Hall. There, she announced a $12 million grant from the UT Board of Regents. The Regents Research Excellency Program Award is the largest grant from the board in the school's history. The university plans to expand its research development by bringing in 69 new hires. For the Prospector, this is Emmanuel Rivas.
The Centennial Museum offers various exhibits including A Waddle Through Time, Punta de Partida, and Centennial Dinosaurs. Ashley Nava Monteros, the museum's educational outreach coordinator, encourages students to visit the museum.
We invite students to come check out our exhibits. They're on rotation throughout the semester. So this week will be the last week of our ducks exhibit, and we will have an exhibit celebrating the 25th anniversary of our gardens mid-October. So we're really excited about that.
The Centennial Museum is open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. The Chihuahua Desert Gardens are open to visitors from dawn to dusk. For the Prospector, this is Jimena Cordero at the Centennial Museum. The life-saving drug, also known as Narcan, is meant to reverse an opioid overdose. Hector Padilla is EPCC's Emergency Management Director. Padilla, along with his colleagues Carrie Van Hoot and Robert Hortzman, started the program to curb the rise in overdose deaths. According to the most recent data from the El Paso County Office of the Medical Examiner, in 2022, the county has seen the highest overdose deaths. With EPCC's new program, Padilla said he hopes to bring awareness to the community about overdoses. For the Prospector, this is Sofia Sierra in El Paso.
The UTEP Pantry is inside Memorial Gym across the street from Minor Village. They offer non-perishables alongside hygiene products. Assistant Dean of Students Dr. Jaime Mendez and Assistant Vice President for Student Support Dr. Charlie Gibbons oversee the UTEP Food Pantry.
People don't have to sign up, just show up. We recognize that students are very busy. And so if a student is having difficulty getting here when the hours are posted, then we'll meet somebody over here out there when they're available.
With this support, students can take off the stress of hunger and focus on their degree. The pantry also takes donations.
Meme culture has shifted politics beyond policies and debates. It's now about symbols, hashtags, and viral moments that connect with younger voters. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram have become vital for campaigns, making politics more accessible and enjoyable.
Especially the last 8 or so years, politics has been so serious, and a lot of it has been very doom and gloom type stuff. And I think that meme culture, especially this summer, kind of changed that dynamic a lot. And it seems like people are enthusiastic and finding, I don't want to co-opt the joy label that the Harris campaign has used, but it's kind of like bringing the joy back into politics.
Jesus Reinaga, a political science major at UTEP, has noticed this shift, with both sides tapping into social media to engage youth voters.
I think both sides are trying to tap into the youth through social media. You have Trump, engaging with streamers, and then Kamala with, of course, musicians, artists, social media creators. There's a lot of engaging going on because they know.
Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign has leveraged these trends, turning viral moments into real-world political engagement. Dr. Melissa Baker from UTEP notes that young voter registration has increased recently, potentially leading to higher turnout.
But I do think, there's some data that suggests that young voters, the voter registration in young voters has risen a lot more than older voters in the last month. And so if meme culture and kind of this engagement can spur that sort of political engagement where people are at least registering to vote, you think downstream that we'll probably see a little bit more young voter turnout at the election.
For Gen Z, social media isn't just entertainment. It's how they engage with the real world, though it presents challenges like misinformation. Navigating this era requires a new kind of literacy to distinguish between fact and fiction and humor and seriousness. Despite the pitfalls, this online engagement could signal a significant shift in young voter participation.
I hope that like a big picture lesson that younger people are taking away from this is that it's okay to enjoy politics and that people are listening and people are watching and like care what younger people think about politics.
For The Prospector, this is Rumi Sevilla for El Paso.
As we draw closer to election season, every vote and voice counts. A large number of those votes are young voters. Mayoral candidate Stephen Winters shares some words of encouragement to young voters.
Y'all are the key. You guys are the ones that are going to make us better in this country. Every generation has to be better than the next. Continue to do what you're doing, continue to be who you are, and never let anybody tell you what you can't do.
41 million Gen Z voters will be eligible to vote in 2024. This is according to Tufts University. Election day is November 5th, and the last day to register to vote is October 7th. For The Prospector, this is Jimena Cordero in El Paso.
Booths and tables were set up inside the Tomas Rivera Conference Center in the Union East building. The students were encouraged to talk to representatives from across the campus. Senior Dominic Perkins found the event to be very helpful.
I would recommend going to any job fair, probably specifically this one, especially because they work with student schedules. I think that's a big thing with students is we struggle to find a job that accommodates to our school schedules. So the job fair is exactly that. I think it helps students go to school and also make some money a little bit on the side.
Students can apply to various jobs on campus via handshake. For The Prospector, this is Isaiah Moreno.
The Annunciation House in El Paso is one of the few organizations that houses migrants. Kenzie Spigner, a year-long volunteer at the Annunciation House, has seen the decline of migrants at the house.
So it's definitely been reduced drastically at a time where we would have been getting migrants like every day in large numbers. We're only getting maybe one or two families that are coming, and it's kind of sporadic throughout the week. So it's not as consistent as it used to be either.
For The Prospector, this is Avery Escamilla Wendell in downtown El Paso. El Paso's borderland community has a deeper understanding of the show's themes. Laura Augusta, PhD, shared how she hopes visitors to the exhibit will react to seeing the artwork.
I think that this border region is particularly affected by many of the questions that this show asks, from immigration and Central American politics to access to water and farming, monoculture crops, and also the way in which agriculture diverts water and other resources from communities.
The exhibit will run for 9 months, ending April 12, 2025. Throughout the run, some visitors may get a chance to hear from the artists showcased in the exhibit. For The Prospector, this is Jimena Cordero at the UTEP Rubin Center.